morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching or listening to this, and welcome to Link Up Leaders, your direct link to leaders in supply chain and e-commerce. My name is Lisa Kinski. I'm your producer and co-host, and joined, as always, by Francois Jaffray. Francois, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good
It's noon.
afternoon.
Yeah, lunchtime. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a little miffed. I'm a little frustrated. First of all, let me say, it's incredible it took this long, and I'm thankful that it's not worse. But I finally have damage to my vehicle after going all over the 75, 285, 85 all these times.
Oh, no.
It happened. Everything's good. So it was weird because there's usually like themes whenever I travel back and forth from Duluth to Woodstock, either people swerving or randomly hitting. I keep noticing, like, for whatever reason,
Atlanta traffic is
it's
a
dangerous.
Beast. Yeah.
But yesterday on my way to Woodstock, there was just like this big old shredded tire in the road. And I was like, what is this nonsense? And I was able to avoid it. On my way home, there was another shredded tire, and I was not. The car in front of me ran over. It looked like I have no concept of like actually how big like my tire is compared to a semi tire, but it was way bigger than my tire.
Yeah.
And it was completely shredded. The car in front of me rolled over it and laid it out like across the lane to where there was no way that I could avoid it. Like, there was too many cars. Even if I wanted to, I would have like caused a wreck.
Yeah.
Run over it. And then I hear this like flapping sound. And I was like, it's stuck to my car. But I got home and I look, and it had shredded like up under from the front. My car looks perfectly fine.
Yeah.
If you get like between like
the undercarriage
bumper,
that like holds everything
like
underneath,
the wheel well right there is just shredded. And I was like, no.
That's at least those could be replaced. You could replace that entire piece. That happened.
It's going to be the whole piece. Yeah. But that's the thing with like supply chain and everything like that. I don't know how long that's going to take. And it's really frustrating because it's like, my car's about to be paid off. Like next month, she'll be paid off. And I don't know why that's somehow like equally more frustrating to me that we've made it this long with nothing going on. And then right once it's paid off, I have damage. But I am safe and everything is okay. And I have a drivable vehicle, but it's just like, you never want to have to deal with that.
Just buy a piece on Amazon. Just order it from Amazon.
Sure. And install it myself. I'm a mechanic now.
Like a third party. Well, funny enough, I was just, and I only mentioned that because I read a LinkedIn post yesterday, and I don't know if you heard, but Amazon is going through a very, very rough patch with their EVA vehicles or EVA vehicles, whatever they're called. It was the electric vehicles. I think it's a 10,000. It's from a company called, I think, Rover. It's Rover, and they're supposed to deliver 10,000 electric vehicles to Amazon so Amazon can cut down on their, I guess, the expenses with gas, and I'm sure they have some sort of write-offs and everything with that.
Yeah.
Well, they can't get seats because their seat manufacturer is running into supply chain issues. So this one little component, and it's funny because I was, of course, my natural self went into a rabbit hole, saw that like, how is Tesla taking care of things like these, for example? Well, they brought that in-house years ago because they were like, well, we need complete ownership of our supply chain in order for all of this to work. And Amazon, I guess, I'm sure the shareholders are not very happy. I'm sure Amazon is not happy. I'm sure that whatever SLAs they have in place are going to be violated no matter what. They're not going to deliver on time. But yeah, that's a weird side tangent, but it all comes from, I'm sure the post itself said like, order it from just have Amazon order seats from Amazon and deliver it to their manufacturer. But it's funny because you could find everything on Amazon nowadays.
Yeah, you could. I doubt that I can find the front end for my car on Amazon, but we'll see. No, I'm going to go get it appraised, and my deductible is pretty low, so I'm not really that worried about it. But anyway, it is what it is. How are you?
Yeah. Good. I can't complain. I feel a lot better than earlier this week. I think I finally caught up with the long days with the sun being up until like 8 p.m. So doing a lot better. Going to DC this weekend. I'm going to check out some places for the move. But overall, doing great.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
And Kate's getting everything all ready to go to start.
Yeah,
That's all working out.
situated. Yeah,
Good.
yeah, all situated. We're already like building out shopping lists in Amazon for like, hey, we're gonna need X, we're gonna
Stuff for
need
the new
Y.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
excited,
fun.
excited. It's
That is exciting.
a chaotic time, but it's a fun time nonetheless.
Oh, how's Luna gonna
She'll be
react?
fine. She's a strong girl. Yeah. She hasn't come here in a while, but she's a strong cat.
I think, I don't know, what if they said it's like harder to get cats to acclimate to new environments than it is dogs? Something about,
Probably.
yeah. And you guys I don't know. When we moved the dogs into our mutual house that we got and kind of saw
Yeah.
me and my friends, we like introduced them at a park and then we just like left them in the house to their own
Yeah.
devices. And then we will be like, you guys familiarize yourself. We're going to go pack a load. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Figure it out. And then Mick stood at the door for 3 days because he was like, when are we going home? And I was like, no,
Yeah.
baby, this is home. And he was like, no, it's not. We're leaving. And I was like, nope, you're
time to
stuck
go.
here.
And on the
You are
topic of
stuck.
animals, Kate, actually, funny enough that we're doing an entire segment on Amazon Live, Kate was watching an Amazon Live with products that you can use to cut the nails of a cat, which just like hangs the cat up. And they were like demonstrating like, hey, this is how easy it is. This is how they like settle down. So it'll be fun to talk to our guest today about little Amazon Live.
Kitty briefcase you can hang them in. That's so funny. Well, I don't know. You guys should get it. See if she'll let you trim her nails. Unless you haven't decluttered, have you?
No.
Good. We won't get on that tangent. Let's go ahead and talk to our leader of the day. We have joining us Daniel Fernandez from AMZ Clever. Daniel, how are you?
Hello. I'm good.
Doing good.
Good to be here.
Fantastic. And remind me, where are you calling in from?
So I am now based in Florida, but I'm on my way somewhere in North Carolina. I'm in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, actually, with some family, spending time at the beach.
Gotcha. That'll be fun.
And you're here with us instead of the beach. Jeez.
That's right.
Thank you for that.
That's right. There's wild horses. There's wild horses here at these.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Huh?
I went when I was much younger in Outer Banks. There's wild horses on the beaches. Depends which beach you go to, but just wild horses just walking the beaches.
They're just running around. Wild horses.
Yeah.
One of them did a little show for us yesterday.
Yeah.
Just becoming like all majestic, majestic stance and very, very, very cool.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I've never heard that before. I also don't know that I know a bunch of people have gone to Outer Banks, but that's exciting. Well, yeah, thank you again so much for being here. I guess let's just get straight into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the Amazon world.
Awesome. Yes. So it was one morning of 2015. Just kidding. I started, a friend sent me a podcast, 2015. Was one of the first podcasts on how to sell on Amazon. Pat Flynn, probably if you know him, listened to that, got hooked, launched the product. He did really well back then, so decided to quit my job, and then realized that to make a living off of an Amazon business takes some time. You need to keep the money in the business. So I shifted to doing service, and I never looked back. Started my agency, AMZ Clever. So basically, we manage and grow brands on Amazon for our clients. And that took me to China, lived there for 3 years. The pandemic started, went to Bali for 2 years, now back in the States. And what we do is basically all things Amazon, whichever direction you want to take it.
That's amazing.
That is, getting to live. Again, somebody else living in Bali. We're going to have to make our way out there, man.
Is it as beautiful as everyone says it is?
Not just that. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but also during the pandemic, there were no tourists. So it was also empty. The beach, the surfing, the restaurants, the co-working spaces, because when it's normal times, the co-working spaces are so, you're sweaty from the weather, but also from the people being, shoulder to shoulder next to you. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That was probably a nice break from all the tourists, I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. You said that you've been selling on Amazon for a while, but Amazon Live and Amazon Posts haven't been available the whole time that you've been selling and in the space, correct? Is this new?
I would say for most people, it is new. For some of us, we've known about it for quite some time, maybe a couple of years. Some of us got access to it when it was beta service or beta feature. And all these years that I've been running the agency, I would say it is just the last few months that you hear more about it. And I think people are starting to take action, starting to understand the power it has. And I would say Amazon is very smart, right? Isn't it such a love and hate relationship with Amazon where, you hate them about what they changed, but at the same time you respect them because wow, they're actually monetizing. So I would say Amazon understands that social media and influencers is here to stay. It has obviously a strong, strong audience, strong engagement in other platforms or even regions, right? So they are adopting what works, and I think can be a game changer.
Can you tell us a little bit about Amazon Live? Because my fiance was watching one for the cat that I was mentioning a little bit earlier in the show, for example, and they do all things pet supplies. And it was a single person or probably an influencer, maybe someone that was just suggested to her because we buy a lot of cat things because we're cat people now. And they were just showcasing product after product after product. Is that the only way that you can use Amazon Live is through an influencer just showcasing different products?
Right. So absolutely not. There's two ways to do Amazon Live. Let's put it that way. One is, as you said, via influencers, and they have their own Amazon influencer or Amazon associates account, right? The other way is as a brand, right? And all you need to do is get brand registry for on Seller Central or Vendor Central, and you're able to run your own Amazon live streams. It's and I would say there's a lot of influencers out there. But very few brands are doing it well, doing it consistently at the moment.
And you kind of answered one of the questions I had. Sorry, not to cut you off, Francois, but we were just speaking with Gabe Ray on Wednesday about Amazon storefronts, and you have to be Amazon brand registered to have access to those. So from the brand perspective, is it the same with posts and live that you have to be brand registered to have any kind of access to it?
Yes. Okay. Unless you are a social media influencer and then you apply via that avenue.
Gotcha.
But I think most sellers that wouldn't apply.
Okay. So influencer program or brand registered Amazon store.
Yes. No, it is a good point though, because brands, some of our clients actually, they use influencers. They pay influencers every month to get certain number of posts on Instagram or, etc. So, and a lot of these influencers are not yet using Amazon Live. And in fact, it's really good for them because they get paid faster on Amazon Live. You can even see your sales and you could do more products and whatnot, right? So brands should know how the process for an influencer to sign up to Amazon Live looks like, so that they can approach them and say, hey, look, there's this new thing. You should be doing this. Do it for us. We're paying you. This is what you need to do, right? And get them to sign up and start doing the Amazon Lives. It's just one more iPhone, right? You have your iPhone for your Facebook Live, your iPhone for your Instagram Live or whatever, and then just one more iPhone for Amazon Live, right? That's not too much, is it?
So long as you have enough tripods, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, good point.
iPhones and tripods.
That's right.
I had a question in regards to the brands, because as a consumer, I personally don't know too many brands that I would sit through a live, particularly as they're walking through products of like what they have. How does a brand effectively use Amazon Live?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and I wanna answer this one carefully with one factor, and that is to avoid the pitfall of perfection, right? Because yes, in a perfect world, you get a spokesperson that if it's a fitness product looks fit and all that to do the Amazon Lives for you, right? But we know that's not applicable to many sellers, many brands out there. So I would more sign up to the done beats perfect mindset, right? Where just as the owner of the brand, especially as the owner of the brand, you have a message, right? And that is enough to engage with an audience. So to answer your question, as a brand, you could have anybody in your team do the live streams, right? In my opinion, and what I've seen is the owner of the brand that especially started the brand with some purpose, right, has a very strong message. What we've also done is, and that's something that I can share with you later if you would like, is hiring or finding talent, right, to do it. And in your team also there's always someone that is that likes the spotlight, right, that is good at speaking, good at sharing. So that would be another avenue.
But how does that work? So like, for example, if I were a brand that did fitness gear, right, and I had, let's say, 5 to 10 SKUs, or I guess let's preface this with, is there a certain size of Amazon seller that this works best for? Like, is there a certain number of SKUs that they should have?
The answer is no. The answer is you can even do these for a product launch, right? And especially now, because right now Amazon Lives are discovered not via keywords. They are discovered really, I would say via timeline, right? So when you go to Amazon.com/live, you are seeing all the Amazon live streams that are happening right now. And let me tell you, is the platform is not being used as much yet, so that you're buried on page 2, page 3, and so on. Anybody, you could even put a turtle on the live stream. It will show on page 1, right?
That's so funny.
So that I hope that answers the question.
I didn't even know that Amazon.com/live was a thing. The only way that I know about lives is, and it seems like maybe, I don't know, maybe because brands aren't utilizing it quite as well or as frequently, or maybe Amazon isn't pushing it hard enough from the consumer's perspective. The only time that I see live is it's something that's it's kind of just like whoever's live at that moment is being recommended to me. Because like I've said, I keep getting just on Amazon.com, just like my homepage, if you will, for live stream gaming. And that's never something that I purchase. It doesn't align with me as a consumer, or even, mirror my purchasing habits. But once it's on the homepage, sometimes it's further down. I have to scroll a few times, but I'm not going to Amazon to scroll around on stuff. I'm going to Amazon, typing in what I need and going. So where else is, other than the dedicated page you just mentioned, or on the homepage, where else is, well, how do I phrase this grammatically? Where else are Amazon live streams shown throughout the site?
So many places.
Okay.
And let me preface that by the most important thing about Amazon Live. I think we could end the broadcast here, and that would be enough, I think. And that is, there is a follow button now for every brand, found in the storefront, found in your Amazon post live feed, right? And found on your Amazon lives or live streams, right? And what you just said, Lisa, that, okay, well, I go to Amazon for this purpose, right? And I don't see the live streams and whatnot, right? It's because probably you're not following someone, and that's why you're not interested, right? You don't know what you don't know, right? But now when shoppers, your customers, start following you on Amazon, the entire list of followers will get a notification on their phone the next time that you go live.
Okay.
Right? So to answer the original question, all of your followers will be notified about your Amazon Live when it's scheduled, right? And also when you go live, right? Number one. Number two, inside your listings, your Amazon live stream will show as it is happening, right? And this can create many things, right? You could do it at a prime time, right? And your shoppers are on your listing, and then they see you down there. It's an Amazon live stream. Amazon is making it very, very pattern interrupt, right? If that's an adjective, where it shows the live red square and somebody's there like talking and all that. So on your listings, right, it also shows on your storefront for your brand on the homepage right at the top, right? So it's you cannot miss it, in other words, right? Also, it shows at the subcategory level, right? So if we go to Amazon, we go to home and kitchen, and then we go to, I don't know, utensils, right? That subcategory or that browse node, if you, whatever you want to call it, the live stream can go there at the top, right? And who wins that placement at the moment is free for all, right? It's free for all. It's based on relevancy, really. But chances are that when you do your Amazon Live, there's nobody else competitor of yours doing theirs at the same time. So you probably win that placement, right? Now, here's another one, and you're going to love this one. Amazon is showing Amazon live streams for related products listings at the moment.
Okay.
Right.
It's just doing that on its own, or do you have to like target
on its own, randomly?
Wow.
They might be testing it, or might be the placement that they'll just continue, right? Because Amazon is all about showing options, cross-promoting. They don't care about the brand. They care about the customer. And the more options they show the customer, more likely that they'll convert, right? Win for Amazon and the brand that was, at the moment showing the product. So that's another one. Then I think we have one more that you mentioned it. For people, for your followers, right? Your live stream will show on the homepage of Amazon, whether they are on desktop or mobile. Okay. And the placement, especially I think on mobile, shows very close to the top, closer to the fold. So a very relevant placement.
Okay. And I have a slightly more technical question and then like a data question. I think Francois maybe has the same second question that I do. But question number one, are Amazon brands and members of the influencer program able to go live on Amazon through Amazon, or do they have to use a third-party streaming service like we go live using StreamYard on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube so that we can multicast? And LinkedIn doesn't even have its own in-app live. Do you go live on Amazon through Amazon, or do you have to use something else?
Got it. So there's two ways. One is very, black or white. The other one opens up many possibilities. Okay. Right? The first one is there's an app at the moment only available for iOS. It's the Amazon Live Creator app. And with that app, you just go live like you would with, Facebook Live, selfie style, or you can flip to the back of the camera, right? Have a tripod and facing you and all that, right? So that's the first way, very black and white, right? The second way is using a broadcasting software, right? Okay. There's one, the famous one is OBS, right? And these allows you to use your computer, and then you can syndicate, or you can receive the camera signal from another platform, right? Now, in terms of what is supported, what is not, I am not sure if StreamYard would. What I do know is that it's very open, right? For example, you could have somebody in your team in Jamaica, right? You could be doing the live stream here in the US, but the talent that is showing on the video could be in Jamaica, right? And you're using OBS to bring that input, right, onto the Amazon live stream.
Gotcha.
You could have another person in another part of the world answering the live chat, right, for questions. So I would say it's really cool how they are allowing remote teams, remote brands to do this. Like, absolutely not needed to have everybody in the same room at a studio.
Right. I mean, because almost every business is fully remote nowadays, right? So like it would be a disservice to themselves to not offer that. And then my second question is there a dashboard or somewhere within Amazon that a brand owner can attribute sales from an Amazon live stream directly to their bottom line? Like, does it show, is there like a link or something?
Got it. Good question. So if you're using an influencer and they're using the Amazon influencer program, that means they have their own Amazon influencer account, and you will not be able to see their sales. They will have to share them with you, right?
Okay.
That is if you're using influencers. If you're using your own Amazon account, you're as a brand, right? It is that the same Seller Central account that you use is the same account you use on the Amazon Live Creator app, right? And this app has all kinds of stats. Sales, for example, clicks to products, right? It's got views. It not just has views, it has unmuted views and regular overall views.
Oh, nice.
So an unmuted view is somebody that has actually engaged with your live stream, right? A regular view would be just like on, I don't know, on Facebook, when you scroll down and then there's always these videos, but you don't really watch it. You just kind of skim through it, right? That would be equivalent.
Gotcha. Okay. Were you wondering that same thing? I'm curious if they could.
Yeah, that was definitely one thing I was thinking about, but I was thinking more so on the content side, right? I mean, particularly for Instagram and really any social media platform, one of the biggest things that's always touted is that consistency is key. Well, another part to that though is that if you're following influencers, the influencers they might be talking about their day, they might be talking about an awesome product, but even when it's live, I feel like when I'm fed like a TikTok live, for example, it's just like someone sitting there and casually answering questions, not really showcasing a product on live. Can you talk us through like the type of content and the frequency that brands might want to go live?
Absolutely. So the number one thing is consistency. And I think you mentioned it, that you should approach Amazon Live just like any other social media content calendar, right? And now when it comes to Amazon Live, there's two things: what Amazon recommends and what we've tested, right? And
there's
a lot of that going on.
Sounds like Instagram.
Well, this is one of the instances where we've seen Amazon is actually just about right.
Oh, very nice. Kudos to Instagram.
Amazon recommends
Amazon, not Instagram. I'll shut up.
Amazon recommends live streams of about 30 minutes, right? And we've seen that short form live streams don't really work. You need to have some time, and you need to think about it, right? Like, many people that will join your live stream will come from watching when they go to your listings, right? And they'll find that there's a live stream and they'll jump in that way, right? Unless you have already a long list of followers on Amazon, right? That's maybe a different story. But at the beginning, you want to do, I would say, about 30 minutes is a little bit of a sweet spot that we've found, right? If you get longer than that, I think it's just a little bit of diminishing returns in too much effort, too much time, right? And so that would be the first learn. The second learn is do it every day. Do it every day of the week. Yes. So 30 minutes every day. And what we are doing with brands is, for the ones that already have influencers that are already doing some live streams, we have brands that have a spokesperson, right? So it's, hey, just add one more iPhone or add one more camera. That is your Amazon Live, right? But if not, if you're starting out, you're the owner of a brand and you have a purpose, right? And a message, then 30 minutes a day, right? And that's when we start to see noticeable results coming from this.
So, and to kind of address,
just to add one more thing, there is another component there. Doing this will help you get followers, right? And then there is something really cool that as the Amazon live stream is happening, if somebody starts following you, that shows to everybody watching. So it creates a little bit of a viral effect where somebody starts following you. So other people start following you. That makes other people follow you that are live. Second thing is, and this is another reason why you want consistency, is every Amazon Live that you do, right, remains recorded and viewable, watchable in the even on Amazon.com/live, right? Mm-hmm. Also on your listings, on your storefront for a period of time, right? The problem is, especially for Amazon.com/live, is that it is not based on keywords, it's based on a timeline. So it will remain there until many new live streams from other people happen that start taking the latest spots. So that's why consistency builds perfect here.
Gotcha. And to kind of address the second half of Francois' question, as far as like what you're showcasing, if you're an Amazon store with like 10 SKUs, do you want to show, since you're doing it every day, like do you want to show all 10 very briefly each day, or should you focus on 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday? Like as far as showcasing, what's the best practice?
Right. Yeah. So I that's a very good question. And I would, when you do an Amazon live stream, you can add the ASINs that you're going to feature during your live stream. Okay. And let's say this is a live stream, video, right? This little square, right at the bottom of that, right? Maybe like over here at the bottom, there'll be a carousel of products that are visible to people watching. And then that carousel, people can scroll it to the side, right? And then you can also, if you start talking about product A, you can tap on it as a broadcaster, and it will have a little bit of an orange glow to it or frame, and that will mean it's featured, right? It will show as featured to the people that are watching. So you can change what you're featuring as you or the spokesperson, speaks, but you want to have there as many products as relevant. I think the limit is 40 ASINs, right? Okay. But that may have also been increased. They've been increasing, I think, over time, right? And then back to your question, Francois. So unboxings, they do very well. Live demonstrations, probably as good as unboxings, or it can just be a segue, right, from the unboxing. Feature benefits, that one I would rank a little bit lower, right? Because it's better to show something in action, right? And then one last one I want to give is behind the scenes, right? Or a day in the life. So you have the thing already in your house, show them how you use it, right? And it's very interesting. Let me ask you something, both of you. When you A/B test high production video versus off the cuff, shot on a phone, let's call it Ty Lopez, in the garage style video, which one do you think performs better than the other?
I think it depends, right? On the audience?
Not really. It's right now, from speaking like algorithmically, especially for Instagram and TikTok, the off the cuff is performing.
Yeah, the Ty Lopez one. Yeah.
Who is Ty Lopez?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I'm rolling with the punches.
I thought you knew.
Search it on YouTube, search Ty Lopez in my garage, and you'll never forget.
Okay.
You'll never forget.
Okay. But yes,
it's one of the best-selling YouTube video ads ever, to put it that way.
Okay.
Huh.
And it's you're gonna watch it, you're gonna be like, this is so cringy. I know him personally. He's a super nice guy, very successful, but it's very clever.
We'll watch it.
If you think that was done, by accident, you'd be wrong. It was premeditated to seem sloppy, but it wasn't. So
people like cringy though. People like cringy. They like corny, a little bit of corny in there, and it's like it comes off better when it goes through the screen than it does in person. In person, you're like,
let's put it as that's corny 101.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll watch it after this.
Yes. So those are some types of content, and this is why I want to encourage brand owners to do this, because you can speak from the heart, right? Like, hey, this thing, I worked 5 years developing this thing. This is my story. This actually works. It saved, or it helped, Emma, it saved, or helped John, so on, right? You can read testimonials during your live stream and your own experience. Sometimes a spokesperson doesn't have that what do we call it?
Authenticity.
Like,
or sincerity, maybe.
But also like a passion.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And so it's counterintuitive, but being the owner and doing this or starting out sometimes works better.
Gotcha. Okay.
And is there a time where, I guess, as you're going through this, and Ryan Kramer does this perfectly, I think, for a lot of his live viewers, but sort of resetting the room and letting them know, hey, thank you. Can you see, for example, how many people are live on your stream while you're going in?
Yes, absolutely. You can see that. You can see the live chat. And I want to add 2 best practices to my answer. And one is, don't forget to sell the product, right? And let me tell you what I mean with this. On a YouTube video, right? Your purpose and your audience is there for content, right? They want to learn something, a how-to or something, basic content, right?
Yeah.
But the Amazon traffic is different, right? Why are they on Amazon, right? And Lisa, I think you mentioned this before. You're there to buy stuff, so don't forget that's the intent of your audience. So every 5 minutes, if you're doing a 30-minute live stream, you should do 5 to 6 call to actions, right? Like, hey, everyone, I'm talking about, this product. So you get into the unboxing or the whatnot, and then tell them, hey, you'll see the product down here, right? Because they'll see the carousel. Go to the, click on the product, go to the listing, add to cart now, purchase the product, and then you continue with your, with your content, right?
Sure.
So that would be, at the end of the day, you're there to sell, or if a spokesperson or a model does this for you, you'll want them to also encourage action, right? There is another action. So there's 2 actions you want to, every 5 minutes or so, bring up. One is to purchase a product. Second one is to follow you, right? And arguably, following you is even better, because you'll be able to, and this is a piece of the new branding strategy that Amazon is building, right? And maybe we could talk about this in a future episode or something, that Amazon is building the Amazon email list, right, of followers, where you can even message them now to all your followers about a new product launch or a promotion you're doing for a product. Mention it that your live streams will send them a notification. So they're building this really cool ecosystem. Now, the problem is, when you're watching an Amazon Live, after this recording, go there, you'll see that the follow button blends a little bit on the background. It's next to the live stream, but it's small. It's not very, and you look at the live stream, everything else around it almost disappears, right? You have to tell them, go follow me right now, or what's the latest one? Smash the follow.
Smash the subscribe.
Smash this. Yeah.
Smash the subscribe.
So, right. You want to tell them that, and I'll add one more trick, which is, if you use broadcasting software like OBS, you'll be able to add text overlays to your live stream, right? So if this is your live stream, you could add a little bit of text on the corner with arrows pointing at that follow button that I think sits on the bottom left of the broadcast. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to be sure that we talk about Amazon posts too, and then talk about kind of how they work together. Because in my mind, a post it's like an Instagram post or like a Facebook post. It's more of either static imagery or just text, where you can like send information or make, an update or an announcement, that would maybe direct them to the live. So do you also have to be brand registered to use Amazon posts? Would be my first question.
Can I squeeze in right before we get to posts? Because
No.
I think I will. Daniel, I want to steal your thoughts on one more thing on Amazon Live, since we're still on the topic, before we transition to Lisa's, because mine is better. Mine is a better question, I think.
Wow.
What are the things that Amazon sellers cannot do on their live? Because when you get into overlays, it already sounds like there's probably going to be a gray area that Amazon restricts certain things.
Yeah, it's the Wild West. It's the Wild West right now. There is a code of conduct. There is rules, but they're very basic. Like, just don't swear, no nudity, that kind of thing, right? Very, very, I would say, common sense. Check this out. They are allowing you even to put an email address or a website. Even on the text overlay. I don't know if that will last, because marketers will exploit that to the end of the world.
Yeah, I can't.
But at the moment, and you'll see it, I promise you get on Amazon Live right now, you'll see people doing that. And the next day, you'll still see them there, right? There's another thing with OBS software. You can play a pre-recorded video.
Okay, that's nice.
Like a testimonial, a commercial, an animation, something like that, right? Now, the very early on crackdown came from Amazon because people were playing a whole live stream that was from the past. Yeah. Right? Like a whole hour long, and they were just doing that on a loop. So that I would say was the first crackdown, where Amazon said it's a 5-minute limit. 5-minute limit on the pre-recorded video, and it's supposed to add to your live stream, not be the live stream, right? It's another crackdown. I would say the best thing about the live stream is let's say you're doing this on Facebook, on YouTube, and then Amazon Live at the same time, right? Amazon also doesn't want you to send the traffic outside of Amazon, right? But what is so far it seems okay to do is, hey, we're live. Find us on our website, find us and find us on Amazon, right? In fact, for the people watching on Amazon Live, you'll see the products right there below the video. Click on those products, will take you directly to be able to the listing, so you can add to cart. And also, you can, something I haven't mentioned is, you can add promo codes to those products that get redeemed automatically. So you could tease it, right? You could say, hey, in 2 minutes, I'm going to reveal the promo at 20% promo code for this product for all of you watching on Amazon Live. Gotcha. Right? And so build anticipation. Then you can reveal it, and then people with one tap, it gets added, and then when they go to their to the add to cart, it'll be already there, right? And also, you want to engage with the audience via chat. People will, write you messages. Don't ignore them, but address them, right away. I have a couple hacks if you want to about Amazon Live. If you want me to share, or we can go to Amazon Post.
Either one. Let's go. Since Francois brought us back into the lives, go ahead and give us some hacks.
But first of all, the Wild West is crazy when it comes to Amazon. I mean, that itself is a hack. Knowing that it is the Wild West for anything on Amazon.
Get in on it now.
Add in your website, add in your email, and you're still there. That's crazy. That's unheard of.
Yes, and obviously do it at your own risk. Amazon is keeping it open, probably because they want to increase the engagement until they don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, it's probably like circa 2015, right, on Amazon for Amazon reviews. So a couple hacks we'd like to share. One is, this is let's say you're just not good in front of the camera, right? Eloquency or charisma, whatever you want to call it. There's this website called modelmayhem.com. is to find where models and photographers can find each other, and they basically do collabs, right? Rarely there is money exchanged. Is models want to build their portfolio, photographers want to build their portfolio. It's a win-win. It's huge, and it's in every state, right? I would, what do models want? They want portfolio. They want experience, right? Very likely you'll find it works like a little bit of a forum. You create a post of what you're looking for a project. People apply to it. You can talk to them. You can get people in, right? So I would do that to find talent to do your Amazon Live.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it seems like that does sound like a really great hack, though, because it's essentially like when you need pictures done and you find a friend who wants to become a photographer and you do like a swap. It's like, hey, do my graduation photos or whatever, and you can use them in your portfolio, and then you get kind of a friends and family or like first client discount.
Well, also, yeah, it sounds like it gives them an opportunity while he's frozen right now. It gives them the opportunity to, like you said, build those resumes of just saying like, hey, I'm experienced with going on Amazon Live, and I've been able to generate X amount of revenue for X brand. I mean, that just sounds like something that influencers should just be getting on, no matter what, if they don't have experience with it already.
Yeah, I mean, especially for like maybe micro and nano influencers, that's an interesting perspective. Oh wait, here he is. He's come back. Daniel, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you. You're still frozen, but we can hear you.
The horses are calling him back on the beach. They don't want him to be here anymore.
It's Friday. Stop working.
That's right. But anyway, I don't know where it cut out. What was I saying?
We were just talking about the models and how they can build their portfolios with the photographers.
Got it. So yeah, there's this website, Model Mayhem, and it's where photographers find models. So what models want? They want experience. They want a portfolio, right? So it's a win-win where you can find talent, and a lot of talent is good on camera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of actors also wanna-be actors, actresses. So it's a perfect place to find somebody there, and you could start with no money, right? No money, because that's what everybody's looking for, just experience, right? Or you could add a little bit of money to sweeten the deal, but I think you will find good talent there. So that is one hack that I wanted to share. Another hack, and then this one is not from me, but I think it's super smart, and this is simply you could write a book, write a Kindle book or an ebook, right? And maybe not even a book, like an article, right? Like the top 10 garlic presses, right? So then you can order copies of that book using the Amazon's print publishing program, right? You can buy books, your own books, but in printed copies. So now you can use that to make an Amazon live stream about the product that you're planning to launch in the future, and then gather followers for that, and then just start building that audience, that launch audience, so that when you actually launch the product, you have a bunch of people waiting there to buy it, right? So that would be another hack, another strategy that you can do.
And can you do, since it is the Wild West, can you do something like giveaways?
Well,
I would, yeah. So, I mean, there's a couple of things, right? Like you could, I probably wouldn't go as far as telling people buy my product, reach out to me, I'll refund you on PayPal. Right. I think that would be probably too much.
Yeah.
Again, at your own risk. But here's one that, again, at your own risk, but if you do it well, I think will work tremendously. Do you guys know the concept of search, find, buy on Amazon for ranking, right? Who's stopping you from doing a search, find, buy to your live audience and then walk them through the search, find, buy on your phone? Right? So you tell your audience,
improve
hey,
the organic
audience,
ranking.
Exactly. Go, I'll give you all a promo code, right? You can create a promo code on your Seller Central account. You don't even have to share on the Amazon Live. Let's say the code is, I don't know, save save 2020 or something like that, right? You can tell them the code, right? And then you can tell them, let's go find my product, right? Go on your they'll be on the phone watching you. So go on your computer or vice versa. Search on Amazon, garlic press, and then maybe your brand name, Acme. Search that right now. Find this product, and you show them, right? Should look like this, right? Show them on your phone, and then tell them, go there, add to cart, add the promo code. Here's the promo code, and then check out now, right? And you can tell them even, send me your order ID via email, and I'll send you a surprise. To sweeten the deal some more.
Yeah,
right?
This is a true Wild West.
Because the search find by many URLs, there were a lot of companies out there that were using URLs that mimicked, right, a search find by. That obviously already kind of cracked down, right? But what if you walk somebody through how to do it? Some of the risks are that there could be Amazon employees that from time to time audit these Amazon Lives, but as of now, is very early on. Outside of very ridiculous things, or nudity offensive or alcohol products, that kind of thing. It seems to be pretty wide open.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, I was thinking even because I know in Amazon you can also create a unique code, right? Where it's a one-time code and they could enter it in to get one free product or one discounted product. Can't you create those unique codes in Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, you can create them and you can verbally share them with your audience. You can write them down on the chat for your audience, or the people that are watching live.
Yeah, and I imagine if you did something like that, and you said like, hey, once a day. Oh, go ahead.
Just from the sense of doing the, you don't want to give a giveaway in a sense of a 90% discount code. Because then if that person leaves a review, it most likely won't show, and that kind of thing, right? You can even ask people to leave you a review. Amazon, in their Amazon live streams TOS, they encourage you to ask for reviews to people watching you live. They just say, they just say, don't tell them to leave you a good review, but ask them for an honest review. I promise you is a line written by Amazon.
Interesting.
Well, you could do that for the what's it called? The little cards that you leave with the products too. You can encourage them to leave a review, but you can't sway them. You can't incentivize them.
You can't incentivize them, and you can't coach them. Yeah, but even then, some people are getting in trouble with stuff.
Think about this, right? If you grow your followers on Amazon, and your followers are primarily the ones that are watching you on Amazon Live, and you ask for a review to all of them, right? Most likely those will be good reviews.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah. You're going to get some haters in there, but I mean, I'm sure that's fine.
Haters going to hate.
Haters going to hate. And haters going to ain't. It's from a movie. The Interview, actually. But what I was saying before was like, I'm sure one of Amazon's goals is to have have someone on a live stream for as long as possible so they can continue building this ecosystem. You could potentially have that 100% off code and tell your followers, hey, once every day or once every 2 days or 2 times a week, I'm going to give 100% away or I'm going to give away one product to one of our followers. And you have to be the first one watching live. And like, you have to race to get to the listing itself. And that itself could even probably find some organic search growth. But yeah, it sounds like it's limitless.
So here's another hack, right? And that is you and there's a couple things that we haven't touched on. Perhaps there won't be time for Amazon posts, but there's so much to talk about live stream. So you can create a custom thumbnail for your Amazon live stream before it happens, right? When it's scheduled, and also when it gets when it finishes, it goes and it stays in the video section of your listing forever, right? Okay. So it will always be there as content with a thumbnail, right? So I would put the thumbnail should always have a reason to attend, right? A reason to join, right? And a perfect reason is every live stream you do, if you can afford it, give a product away for free, right? Now, the how to do this, the one that we've done that I would recommend is tell people live to buy your product, right? And tell them the first one to share their order ID on the chat, right? I'll validate that order ID. I'll check on my managed orders right now, and I'll refund the order for you, right? So they'll still get the product. They're getting the refund, so they're getting it for free. Is creating engagement with the audience, a little bit of like competition, right? Urgency. The chats from everyone are visible to everyone, right? So it's not. I cannot think of a way to cheat that, right? Because if somebody just makes up an order ID, it will not show on your account, right? Unless somebody's lucky enough to come up with one, but then at that point you're winning the lottery. You might as well play the lottery, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I would do as a hack to engage with your audience, and each time say, or you could. There's somebody I think that is making their own Prime Day once a month via live stream.
Oh,
right. It's like every second Wednesday of the month, I'll be giving away $1,000 worth of product. Let's say as an example, right?
Sure.
And then you gotta sell it to your followers every single time, right? And that's a little bit when Amazon posts can fit the strategy. Is you can use your Amazon post to mention your Amazon lives, that you do them every Wednesday or every second Wednesday of the month. You do this type of move, right? So you can create synergy between the two. You can put on your storefront, right? On your storefront banner to tune into your Amazon lives every day at what time, and then the second Wednesday of the month, you do this type of thing, right? You could even put on your listing photos, let's say the second photo that you do to tune into your Amazon live streams, right? Like the opportunities are, almost endless, right? Right now, there is for cross promoting, and for the first time ever, thanks to the follow button, now you can actually create an asset. Whereas in the past, you got the order, but you don't have any way to reach out to those customers. Now you do.
Yeah, it's a big evolution in the selling on Amazon game for sure. What you said before is right. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to get into Amazon posts, so we'll have to have you on again to talk about.
Sorry about that.
Are you though?
No.
Are you though?
Those are amazing tips and tricks.
Well, they are. Well, but you mentioned something else really interesting, Daniel, is about how the new kind of brand building opportunities that Amazon is creating. You phrased it so eloquently earlier. I'm butchering it, but we could have you on later again to talk about posts and using those to build the brand and the new kind of levers that sellers have to further their business on Amazon. But before we go, we do want to give you an opportunity to tell us a little bit more about AMZ Clever and give kind of an outline of maybe a best fit client to work with you in case somebody listens to this and they're like, oh, I want to get started with these guys, just to be sure that they're a right fit.
Awesome. Yeah. So what we do is we manage and grow brands on Amazon and Walmart as well, right? I would say who is perfect for us is somebody that wants a done-for-you solution, one-stop shop, right? We do full management So we take care of ads, customer service, inventory, creating the new listings, new products, expanding to new markets, et cetera, right? We also do PPC management for very select clients, I would say. And but the most important thing is we don't care about the size of your business. I mean, we do like to see a product that has some proof of concept, right? But as long as you're looking for done for you, somebody to take care of it, so you can grow your brand, or maybe you have another business, et cetera, it's a perfect fit, I would say. I think I'm very, very easy to reach. Daniel at amzclever.com is my email. I'm also on LinkedIn. And I people don't think that they can reach out and they get ignored. I do go through every single email or person that reaches out. If you have a question and I have time, I'm always happy to help. And if you want to talk about if you need help, if you want us to, you've been struggling or you lack ideas, right? Like you're behind because there's not enough time to learn everything, like Amazon Live or Amazon Post. And you want a team that is ready to go, right? It has all of these strategies, and this is just one, and I would say tip of the iceberg, right? Of all the things available that can be done, and you want a team that is ready to implement fast. It would make it would be a good fit. So that's I would say that is what we are about, what AMZ Clever is about.
Perfect. And as always, you guys, you can find that website, www.amzclever.com, in the description of the audio and the video experiences. And you guys can always get in touch with Daniel at his email address provided. Thank you so much for joining us today, Daniel. This has been awesome. Now go ride some horses.
I'll try. Thank you, guys. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. If you guys liked what you heard, please be sure to give us a thumbs up, comment with your thoughts, share this episode with your friends, subscribe to the show. I guess I could start saying smash that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
And be sure to ring the bell for notifications. And that way you never miss conversations with leaders in supply chain and e-commerce like Daniel Fernandez with AMZ Clever. Thank you again so much. And we will talk to everybody again soon.
Thanks. Bye, guys.